Continuing today's Alliance Live NHS Scotland special, I'd like to welcome our next guest, Justine Craig, Scotland's Chief Midwifery Officer. Hi, Justine, welcome and thank you for taking the time to join us today. Can I start by asking how you're doing today?
Yes, I'm very well, and thanks very much for having me here today. It's really good to be here and to be able to attend the conference as well. So really exciting.
Please, can you start by explaining to us a bit more about your role in the Scottish Government as Chief Midwifery Officer, and what does this mean?
Yeah, so I'm happy to do that. So I just started my role in January, and so it's been a very quick 6 months, I have to say. So I think I'm learning it myself, but my role is around expert professional and clinical advice to ministers and to my policy colleagues. I work across the Chief Nursing Officer's Directorate and the Directorate of Children and Families. Although my title is Chief Midwifery Officer, I also have community children's services in my portfolio as well, which is really exciting. So I'm able to influence policy areas, and I work across a broad range of policies, all to do with women's health, pregnancy, birth, infant feeding, old maternity services, health visiting, family nurse partnership, and school nursing. So quite a broad brush, but all, as you'll understand, completely interconnected. And really, it's about trying to ensure that women, children, and families have the best sort of start in life, and that we improve outcomes for all our families. So I work very closely with NHS NHS Education Scotland and his health, and we've got a couple of joint discussions on the go, looking at midwifery workforce, the midwifery career framework, looking at relaunching the Best Start strategy for maternity and neonatal services in Scotland. I work very closely with my heads of midwifery colleagues, and I'm hoping to get out and about around and visit areas very soon. I think I'm starting that at the end of this month, so that would be great. And I also work with the university providers and the higher education institutes, and work across the UK as well. So link very closely with the Royal College of Midwives, the Nursing and Midwifery Council, and my CMIDO, as we call ourselves, colleagues across the 4 countries. So yeah, so just finding it myself, but yeah, yes, it's very interesting and a real privilege actually to be able to be doing it.
Thank you for that brilliant overview of such a wide-ranging portfolio, and that's really helpful for myself, I'm sure for others, to build a little picture of all the areas that you work across. So thank you so much for that. So the pandemic has been pretty challenging to health and social care over the last couple of years. What are the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead for your colleagues in Scotland?
Well, I think the main, probably one of the main challenges really is recovery. So for my areas of sort of professional expertise and interested in my portfolio, really there was a minimal amount that was stopped during the pandemic. So for example, maternity services have to keep going, neonatal services keep going, health visiting, really, really important that these services kept going during the pandemic. So there wasn't any sort of step down, and I suppose we're looking at how that has affected people, and that includes colleagues and services. People are fatigued, so we really need to be looking at the sort of well-being and trying to get some impetus back and positivity around sort of remobilizing and coming through the next stage of the pandemic, because of course it's not over. So I think that's really challenging. I think we've learned a lot. We've learned a lot about women and what they need during their pregnancy and childbirth, because of course it's been really challenging when no visitors were able to be with women even when there were ultrasound scans. In reference to women's health, there's people that have been waiting for some time to be seen around women's health issues, so there's that. And also with regard to children's development and the pressure that it's put on families, there's real work to do there around the early years and health visiting. So quite a lot. I think there's a lot that we've learned, and a lot that, if something does happen again, that we would be considering and sort of reflecting on how we've done at each phase of the pandemic as we're coming through it. So yeah.
Thank you, Justine. So we're here in Aberdeen at the conference. Can you tell me how you'll be spending your time over the couple of days at the conference?
Yes, so it's been many years since I've been to the conference. The last time I was in Glasgow, so I'm really looking forward to joining the breakout sessions and to go to the events. I think there's quite a lot of information around digitalisation and also around remobilisation. So I'm really looking forward to linking into that, and also seeing things that I wouldn't normally see in my sort of area. So I always find that the presentations and the stalls are very interesting. Lot of cross learning, I think. So understanding what other specialties and areas are doing and where we can link in together, and really meeting people face to face, of course, would be very nice. And just to be at a conference is very nice indeed. So yes, I think that's good. It's exciting to be able to do this again.
And you'll be part of the CNO Directorate stand number 60 at the conference, and I'm sure people can pop down and say hello to yourself and some colleagues while they're there as well.
Yes, yeah, it'd be great to see people, because I will be at the stand and around, so it'd be lovely to catch up with people and meet new people.
Thank you. And just finally, Justine, what message would you like to give to your colleagues across Scotland today and to people listening to this interview? I suppose it's a personal message. So I think let's try and be, it's great to be here, great to have a celebration of the NHS. So it's fabulous to be at the conference. And I suppose it's something a bit about drawing a line and seeing where we're moving forward to now, and how we can really move forward with together with well-being and staff and the people that we look after and care for at the core of that, coming out of this really difficult period and looking for some optimism moving forward. Oh, lovely. Thank you for such a lovely message to end today's conversation. Thank you so much, Justine, for joining us today. And thanks to everyone for taking the time to listen. And I hope you have a great couple of days at the conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.